Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today's video is about pretty much fatherhood. I've been seeing other content creators make videos about this, about David Goggins, if he's a deadbeat dad, right? And they have their take on it. Now, first things first, I want to say this first before I get into anything else, is I don't know if he's a deadbeat or not. I wasn't there in their lives. I don't know that. I mean, could he have been a good father? Absolutely. I don't know that. I'm not making this video to bash him or that he's a deadbeat or anything, because like I said, I don't know that. I would just be making things up. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, first and foremost. This video is just about what I think that these men are getting wrong about what it is to be a father. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I have some disagreements, and I'm going to show a couple of other content creators here giving their take on it. And I just think they get it wrong, man. I think they get it wrong. Let's break it down and let's see what these guys have to say and why I disagree. Let's get into it.
Basically, what she does is she calls me an absent father. She's never seen me before, doesn't know who I am, type of shit. That's how it makes it look, which is a fucking lie. How I'm going to explain this, if you guys even want to hear it, but you asked me a question. So I'm going to try my best to put it in as much context as I can. Me and her mom got divorced when she was about 1 year old. Her mom cannot stand me, period, dot. Me, I was in her life until she was about 15. There's a court case that just happened. It's 6 years.
Thank you. He has never, all capitalized, missed a payment, so I figured something was wrong. Thank you.
So what they're talking about is a child support payment. I've never missed a child support payment, okay? And they wanted to modify child support. That year, I made about $12,000. Got out of the military, did 21 years in the military. So you know, being in the military, you're gonna pay your fucking child support. 18 months, she got $743,000.
He said, hey, you know what I'm gonna do?
So this is one thing that I notice about men. You're not a deadbeat if you're paying your child support, right? You're not a deadbeat if it's a big amount of money. Listen, guys, that doesn't mean that you're being a father. Money has nothing to do with you being a father and being there for your children. It doesn't. They also say later about their being in their child's life and all this. I get that, but still, I think there's some confusion with that, which we'll get into later in the video. I just wanted to point this out. Look, guys, just because you're paying a lot of money and just because you paid your child support on time and never missed a payment, it doesn't mean that you're fathering your child. I hate to tell you guys, but that's the truth. Like I said, keep in mind, I'm not saying that he's a deadbeat. For all I know, he was probably in his child life. I'm just using this as an example and telling you what I think they get wrong and confused about what it means to be a real father. That's all.
I want to give Jade, my daughter, a cool $250,000 more so she has a cool $1 million.
How she never called him dad. She always referred to him as David. I called him dad more than she did. Whenever I'd ask her to come visit me, she would say, only if David is not going to be there.
You guys are following. Two things that you must know. You may already know this, but child support isn't paid to the child directly, right? They don't give the child the money. Let's, figuratively speaking, let's say it's $100. They don't go to the child and say, hey, here's $100 from your dad. No, it goes to the custodial parent, the guardian of that child. So obviously his ex-wife was getting that money as child support for their child. That's one. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Two, here's where things get very, very interesting. He says, if I was trying to avoid child support, number one, I wouldn't have made every payment, because it says he never missed a payment. I wouldn't have made every payment. And he goes a step further to say, in fact, when my book came out, since I was making every payment, I could have delayed its release. Why would he do that?
You see what I mean, guys? I don't care if you paid $1 billion to your child. It does not mean that you're there for your child. It doesn't mean that you're fathering correctly like you're supposed to. Now, you might say, well, that's not what they mean. If that's not what you mean, and that's not what you're trying to get out as being a good dad, why would you say this? Why would you keep putting that out there, right? If you were to ask me what a good father is, I would not mention money at all. money would not be in the conversation.
2 ex-wives who has kids, remarried. He said, I want to retire them too.
Bro, no, there's no way. There's no way. Are you guys listening to this? Are you listening to this? Not only did he give money, not only did he pay what it sounds like over $700K in child support, he says within those 18 months, but he also gave money to his 2 ex-wives because they were a part of the book and project.
Money means you're a good father, right?
Deadbeat daddy debunked. All right, and it's believable. So much so that we have David Goggins here, who is considered successful. Here, this is David Goggins here. He's a former Navy SEAL. If you guys don't know how difficult it is to be a Navy SEAL, all right, just look at it. It's one of the most difficult branches of the military, American military, that you can get in and qualify. He also was a man that was severely overweight when he was young, as you can see. And now, as you can see, 20, 30 years later, he has got himself into shape. A member of the U.S. Armed Forces to complete SEAL training, Army Ranger School, and Air Force Tactical Air Controlling Training. All right. That's a lot on your resume. All right. Just that you would consider, hey, man, this guy's done great for his life. Oh, no. But he a deadbeat. Okay. He didn't handle his responsibility to the children. And that then says, oh, he's a bad man. He has written at least one book.
This is another thing that guys confuse is being successful just because you lost weight, just because you went to the Army or Navy SEALs, just because you are very successful, because you work hard in your career, you are a father, right? This has nothing to do with you being a father to your child. I don't care how much success you got, what rank you are, how many books you wrote, it don't matter. Again, I'm not saying that he wasn't.
Possibly two. And he has millions of subscribers and followers across many platforms. All right. Most of us will never accomplish what this man has accomplished. I mean, I ain't gonna even get 10% of this. All right, I ain't even gonna get 10% of this out of my life. I am definitely feel like a failure today. He said he was in his daughter's life until she was 15. That is not an absent father. All right, they got divorced at 1. He was in the life till 15. That's enough. 16 and 17 and 18 because she didn't want him as a part of the life. That's enough. All right, he was in his life. He was in her life plenty to see almost everything other than driver's license and high school grad.
I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't matter how old my daughters are. I'm always gonna be there. I don't care if they're 18, 19. I'm always gonna be there. I'm not gonna leave them out just because they turn a certain age. And just because they turn 15, it doesn't mean that they don't need you there, you know? They need you in all stages of their life. Another thing that he mentioned was said that he was in his daughter's life for 15 years. That's not no sign of an absent father, right? That could mean anything, guys. That doesn't give you really anything. It's different for everybody depending on the person. It's not going to be the same thing. Will you consider there more versus another person may not be the same thing. Well, there's pictures we had together. I was there. Look at these pictures that I posted online. That's evidence. It doesn't mean that you were there the way you should have been or how much you needed to for that child. And that's another thing. Every child is different. One child might need the father there more than the other child needed their father there. Every child is different. Every family is different. It does not mean just because you took a couple pictures here or you were here, there, and here and there, here and there, and showed up, that is enough. There's another thing I want to mention, guys. And I hate to tell you guys, but y'all got to hear it. Just because you get visitations, if you're on child support, right? You might get them on a holidays for a month. I don't know how it works. Sometimes you get them longer, like a month or something, on holidays, depending on the court order, right? It doesn't mean that it's enough. Now keep in mind, I'm not saying that it's your fault. It may not have been you guys' fault. I get it. I'm not blaming you guys. But still, I don't care how many visitations you got. I don't care what holidays you got with your child. It's not enough. The children need you there from morning to night. Not enough, guys. It's not. Even if you're a good dad, even if you're doing all this and trying your best and all that, the truth is it's not enough. Choose the women wisely. Once you split, it's not the same. It's not the same for the children. If you're gonna marry and if you're gonna get together, man, it's gotta be for life. Anyways, Let me know what you guys think. See you guys on the next one.